so many good niche fragrance houses, but so many that we've never heard of. I'm going to introduce you to 3 under the radar, in my mind, underappreciated niche fragrance houses that you need to get your nose on right away. So stay tuned, and I'm going to introduce you right coming up here in a second. Welcome back to Joel the Nose here from Osme Perfumery in Miami. As you can see, it's like my home away from home. What a beautiful place. It's just, you walk in and your nose, you're just overcome with beautiful smells. But let's get right into this video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about underappreciated or under the radar niche houses, 3 in particular, and kind of highlight them because these are houses that I love. I wear their fragrances, and I think not enough people talk about them. And, you know, so let's get right into it and see, maybe you have, maybe you know these houses, maybe you've smelled something from them, maybe you haven't. But if you haven't, you're getting in for a real treat today in my mind. So let's kind of get right into this. In no particular order, I'm not ranking these. These are just 3 houses that I really like. And first, I'm going to go with the house of Andrea Mack. Okay, this house is essentially from like Iceland. And Andrea Mack is an artist, and she also is now creating fragrances. Actually has now for a long time. But her bottles, I love them. They're very kind of, you picture, you know, something from a Nordic nation. It's very clean and simple, very beautiful. But it's the fragrances that I love. And I actually own a couple of her fragrances now. This is the newest one that just came out in the last couple of weeks. It's called Light Source. This is a very citrusy, light, lemony fragrance that is just actually perfect unisex fragrance for all the women watching the videos out here. You also have my personal favorite from this collection. This is Craft. This is, oh my gosh, the best, in my mind, the best skin scent on the market. And what I mean by skin scent, I don't mean by something that you don't smell. I mean it's something that actually reminds me of the beautiful, warm smell of skin. Lots of incense and spice in this one. One of my personal favorites, and that's Craft. Then you got another one. This just came out also in the last couple of weeks. This is Entrance, another beautiful kind of spicy incense fragrance. And I couldn't go without mentioning actually the best seller, and this is Coven. Coven is actually something that smells like, almost like the field from dirt and grass. I know that sounds weird, but give it a try. It actually has this very earthy kind of dirt, raw smell. And there's a reason why it's the #1 seller. People go crazy over this. It's different, but if you try it, you're probably gonna like it. So there you go, Andrea Mack, great house, check them out. Let's go right to number, well, it's not number 2, but, and this is, you guys have seen me talk about this house before. This is Arkiste. Arkiste is a Mexican-American niche house. The founder is from Mexico originally. They're based in New York City now, so this is a cool story. Love their bottles. Have you ever seen Sydney Rock Pool? This is one of my favorite bottles of any niche fragrance, and wow, it's just a great, spicy, great fragrance. It really reminds you of being in like a waterfall or a pool, and when you spray it on and you look at the bottle, it totally gives you that feeling. You also have a fragrance I've talked about recently. This is Non-Bond. Non-Bond to me is the ultimate hyper masculine, sexy fragrance. That one, Non-Bond, is masculine. Sydney Rock Pool, unisex. By the way, Andrea Mack, all her fragrances, totally unisex, good for women or men. Arquiste, this is my favorite barbershop fougere. It's called Elle. And this is what I would call a dirty barbershop fougere. This is definitely a masculine fragrance. It's got a lot of musk. It's got civet in it. It's like pure sex appeal for men. Telling you guys, try that one. And not to let the women away, this is Ella. That is the counterpart to Elle. You can see it comes in a white bottle. It's a little bit more feminine, and this is a beautiful. When I smell this on a woman, it drives me crazy. So ladies out there, look into Ella. One of the most beautiful, I think, feminine fragrances on the niche market. So that's the House of Arkiste. So the first house was a female-founded house from Iceland. Then you have an American-Mexican. So I like this. Both these houses are not your traditional houses. They're minorities, right? And my last house is also got a cool fact. This house was founded by Natalia from Frassai. And this is Frassai, for those of you who don't know. This is one of their latest fragrances that just came out. This is Queer Pampas. Let me spray it for you here. And a little bit about Frassai. Ooh, look at that sprayer. Ooh, I love the earthy, the green herbaceousness of this one. It's like the mountains of Argentina. This house is founded again by Natalia Uteda, who is the first Latin American woman-owned niche fragrance house. Boom. How cool is that? Okay? I love that all these houses that I'm highlighting today have a cool story in that they're either minority-owned or female-owned, because, right, that's just good for everybody to have more of these out there. Brings a unique, dynamic and perspective to this niche fragrance world. Tissandu, this is one of my favorites. This has been out for a couple years. Beautiful fragrance. Oh, citrusy, beautiful top. Here's a new one. This is Verano Porteño. This is one of her newer fragrances again. I don't have a lot of experience with this one. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Fruity. It's got this nice fruity kind of sandalwood vibe to it. Powdery vibe. May not be sandalwood, but a powdery vibe. And then Tiandi. One of her most popular fragrances, a real classic for those of you who know this house. Ooh, just elegant, rich, and you can tell, I love the female perspective. These are unisex, but boy, are they wonderful fragrances. So for the ladies watching this video, if you don't know the House of Frassai, again, the first female Latin-owned niche house in the world, based out of Argentina. Natalia, she lived in New York for years, worked in the kind of fashion fragrance industry, and started this house on her own a few years ago. She's been here to Osme. I met her about a year ago here. One of the coolest, nicest people you'll ever meet. So, man, I'm rooting for her to just kick ass with her house because her fragrances are amazing, and she's an incredible person and deserves all the success that she gets for producing great fragrances. And by the way, she has like top perfumers that are like working in fact, I know that she has it's the same person who actually has worked on Elle, has done fragrances for her on that one. So she's using top of the line perfumers, and all these houses are here. So there you have it, 3 under the radar fragrances. Just to sum it up real quickly, you have Frassai from Argentina. You have Arquiste. Actually, put up my favorite bottle. You have Arquiste from Mexico and the United States. And finally, from Iceland, you have Andrea Mack. Check them out, guys. Have you checked out any of these houses? Do you know anything about them? Let me hear some comments if you have. Let me know the fragrances you've tried. If you haven't tried it, guys, highly recommend it. Get your nose on it. Support them. Try something different than the 5 or 6 main houses that everybody talks about. Try one of these other ones, man. This is what niche fragrance is all about, is this amazing variety of perfumers and houses that you can get your nose on and expand your mind. This is Joel the Nose coming to you again here from Osme Perfumery. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are just my subscribers, man, you guys are just amazing. I gotta tell you, your comments and support you give me is just like totally uplifted me. So thanks again. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Peace and love.